I'd like to welcome y'all to
Hip hop stop. Hip hop. Hip hop. Hip hop.
Just, it's been an absolute brilliant week, and we know we're miles away from California, but with the release of Dr. Dre's new album, and by the way, congratulations about getting a song on the Dr. Dre album, getting your own song on the album, which is crazy. One Shot, One Kill. We're a big fan of the Dr. Dre album.
Yeah.
And the release of the Straight Outta Compton. I know you were at the premiere, which you made us jealous by looking at your Instagram feed.
Yeah.
We were just like, I have to get rid of him off Instagram. He's making us jealous. But what's it been like over there? What's the hype like about Dr. Dre's album?
Yo, for one, I just want to say thank you guys so much. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because the support has been so crazy. And like I say, being from Flint, Michigan, and even doing an interview and having, you know, the music touch over, you know, to several and many different countries is just so crazy, and it's such a humbling experience for me. And the energy in California right now is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. Like, you riding around and you seeing like the Straight Outta Compton, you know, promotion on the sides of buses, on the side of buildings, you know, and just to be a part of that is so crazy. And just all of the promotion that's went into the actual album that's coming with the movie is like, it's humbling, man. And it's just crazy. Everybody is on 10. Like, everybody has been waiting like 16 years for Dre to drop a project. You know what I'm saying? So you got you got 16 years of anticipation that everybody is getting a chance to, you know, unleash. You know what I'm saying? Like the biggest sigh of release. That's like a 16-year sigh of relief, man. That the album is what it is. It finally came out. Not only did it come out, I feel like it exceeds everybody's expectations. I feel like it's a classic. I feel like it's one more time Dr. Dre doing what Dr. Dre does, man.
Yeah, exactly. And we definitely agree. Well, I was 14 when the Chronic 2001 came out, so. When I heard that was on the pharmacy, when we heard the news that the album was coming, because we always talk about detox in the show, we were like, is it coming? We hope it's coming. And then when we heard it with the week span, we were like, it's actually coming. We couldn't believe when it was actually out. So.
Yeah, and then we found out that you were on the album. It was crazy.
Yeah, because we've been bumping the Takeover here. I don't know if you've seen some tweets. We've been playing the Takeover here on the show. When we heard the Takeover, we're like, we have to check this Jon Connor dude out. He sounds sick. He signed to Aftermath. What else can you expect? And then we check out your history of your music, and it's like we nearly have the same taste, like with Eminem, with Jay-Z, and Kanye West album that you've done. All these covers, it's like, my God, this is crazy. But we're so far away, but yet we kind of have similar tastes, which is crazy. I think we're nearly the same age, to be honest.
Yeah, you are the same age. I was looking.
We are the same age. I'm pushing 30.
Yeah, I was definitely going to say, yeah, man, I think I was like 14, 15 when 2001 came out as well. So, man, it's super crazy, man. And I appreciate that y'all like what I do. You know what I'm saying? I'm you know, the gratitude is off the page, just that you guys appreciate lyricism and y'all appreciate good music. And, you know, like, we are around the same age. So that means we fell in love with hip hop around the same time. Yeah. And, you know, as an artist, I just want to give people the feeling that I used to get when I would listen to Tupac or Biggie or Dre, Snoop and M, you know what I'm saying, and Kanye and all these people that I grew up listening to. And I just hope that, you know, a piece of what I do, you know what I'm saying, will make somebody feel the way that I felt about hip hop growing up. And thank you guys for saying that you know, I gave y'all that feeling, man.
Yeah, definitely. And that just going back to the Compton album, it is an absolute sick album. It lived up to the hype. As soon as I press play on the album, it starts off like a movie. And then when we seen Jon Connor has his track on it, we were like, oh my God, Jon Connor has his own track on this album. What was it like? Did you know you were going to get a track on it? Did you know that was going to be on it?
I didn't know that, you know, I didn't know until the end. I've been telling people, it was like we had like an erase board in the studio that had the track list on there. And the thing is, like, you know, it was like cut day. You know what I'm saying? You never knew which records were gonna make it and which ones wasn't gonna see the light of day. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So every day you came to the studio praying your song was still on that board. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, but by the time, you know, we got into like a month to completion, it was like, wow, you know what I'm saying? This record, One Shot, One Kill, is there, it's cemented, it's solidified on this album, on this historic album. And then you know, when Dre brought in Snoop Dogg to jump on the record, and then when he added, you know, the instrumentation with the live guitars and the bass, and just watching Dr. Dre work on that record and watching Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre do what they've done for, you know, 20, 25 years, however long it's been that they've been rocking together, it was truly humbling, man.
Yeah, I can imagine. It's an amazing experience. What does it feel like, John, for someone that grew up in my era of Eminem and Dr. Dre and Snoop being such big influences in the hip-hop music? What's it feel like? Do you feel much pressure being on Aftermath? With your... Is there much pressure? Is that a stupid question?
Oh, man, I'll answer that by saying, man, I don't really feel pressure like that. Like, life is life, you know what I'm saying? And I told somebody earlier, like, it's like being in the NBA or playing any professional sport. You shouldn't be playing that sport if you don't want to win the championship. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, you know, the pressure that some people would feel is like, yo, you should prepare your whole life. You should love that pressure. You should want to feel that pressure. If you don't want to win a championship, you shouldn't be in the sport. And the thing is with me, if I didn't one day want to be working with Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, Kendrick Lamar, and artists like that, then I shouldn't be writing music if I don't want to perform to that caliber. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it wasn't. It's a pressure, but it's a good kind of pressure because it's like, okay, you work so hard to get to a certain point. Now you here. Now you got to deliver. And I'm the type of dude, and I always have been. With my back against the wall, if I feel like I got to deliver, I'm gonna try to go over and beyond what people's expectations are of me.
Yeah, and like on the drive out here, we were just talking and we were saying like, you're one of the most driven people in hip-hop. Like, you're always saying, I'm the best in the world. That's what it's all about. It's a mental thing. You need to tell yourself that you're the best in the world in order to be the best in the world.
Yes, indeed, man. That's one of my little gems. That's like a secret for me. You say something long enough, it becomes facts.
Yeah, it's a reality.
You know what I'm saying? It's a reality. You know what I'm saying? Right. You know, I said best in the world for so long, and then other people started being like, hey, maybe he is the best in the world. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, it's a beautiful thing, man. But yes, indeed, man, with me, everything is 99.9%. It starts up here with mental. Like, what are you thinking? What, like, your thoughts become things. I'm a firm believer of that.
Yeah. Well, I actually described you. I don't know if you watch the UFC. Do you watch the UFC?
You know what? I catch it when I can. I'm more of a WWE dude.
Yeah.
We have so much to talk about the WWE.
Bring it on, man. Bring it on.
Actually, I love that post by Roddy Piper, by the way, that you posted on Instagram. And actually, he passed away during the week there, and it kind of hit me what you said, that he was a big part of childhood. And believe it or not, I actually met Roddy Piper when he came to Ireland years and years ago. And he done them action figures that he had, but they were like action figures, plastic ones. He signed the back of it. Now I don't know where it's gone. I'm looking for it, but I remember he lifted me up and everything. Yeah, but that post really touched home with me. Like, the wrestling is such a big part of my childhood as well. It was such good memories. That's one thing I thought that I liked about your post during the week.
Yeah, definitely.
What? That's one of the biggest things, you know, with me that people are surprised by. Like, I'm a big WWE fan. I think WWE is probably the only thing other than music I was that passionate about, like growing up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the thing about Roddy Piper is so crazy. I'll tell you about a missed opportunity I had. There's a collector's exhibit out here called Frankensons, right? And they have like all of the old wrestling magazines. They got like anything that you want from your childhood. They got Star Wars, they got X-Men, Batman. They got so much stuff out here. I'm like a grown kid, you know what I'm saying? I'm a grown ass kid, man. So the thing is, like, Roddy Piper was gonna do an autograph signing, and I got I have the white Intercontinental Championship belt that Shawn Michaels wore, that Goldust had, all of that. And I was gonna go up there and I was gonna have him sign it, but I didn't make it, and now I regret that so much that I didn't do everything that I could to go get it signed. But it's like, yeah, WWE, man, like that. It honestly taught me about showmanship. It taught me about, you know what I'm saying, projecting. Like they say, the best characters in WWE are who they are in real life with the volume turned up times 10. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that when you're an artist, you have to know how to tap into who you are and be able to verbalize and commit to people and to show them who you are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I love that line on the pharmacy that you did recently with Dr. Dre. That
the freestyle,
the 316s like Steve Austin. I was like, gee. I was like, we don't hear enough of them lines.
It's great.
Thank you so much, man. I knew my true wrestling marks would understand that line. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think I tweeted you when I heard it. I was like, I have to tweet Jon Connor. I have to tweet Jon Connor.
Thank you, man.
Just for your, just to go back, I know you're on the verge, you're on aftermath, but just to bring it back a little bit, can you tell us a little bit for people who don't know Jon Connor? Who is Jon Connor the artist? Where did you get your name from? So a simple question.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, hi Ireland, I'm Jon Connor. I'm from Flint, Michigan. You know what I'm saying? Flint, Michigan is a little bitty city. You know what I'm saying, in the United States. It's honestly, it's one of the most poverty-stricken places in America right now, and that's not nothing that I'm bragging on. Like I want street cred or something like that, because I think that's corny when people do that. But it's just a fact that my city, is one of the most poverty-stricken, places and one of the most dangerous cities in the United States. And the thing is, Jon Connor as an artist just represents the underdog, somebody that comes from nothing. And honestly, I want my career more than anything, like money and all of that. That's not what I do it for. What I do it for is to show everybody. I don't care where you at, what city, state, country you in. I'm living proof that if you set your mind to something, you could do it. I just want to inspire people. And it's like, if Jon Connor could do it, and he's from Flint, Michigan, and he could end up with Dr. Dre on the most anticipated album of all time, then any goal that you set, you should be able to accomplish it.
Yeah, that's what I love about you, Jon Connor. I love that positivity.
Yeah. And growing up in Flint, was there many musical inspirations like that you kind of got your inspiration from for starting music? Or was music, a better question I guess would be, was music always something you wanted to do?
Well, yeah, because my earliest musical influence was my father. I grew up, in my mother's basement. My dad would play in bands. He plays the guitar, he plays the keyboard, and he plays the drums. So he would be in like a different, band every other month, you know what I'm saying? And I would be able to go to their rehearsals, and I would actually be able to just watch my dad, rehearse in the basement. And that was, there's that, chip off the old block type thing. You want to, my earliest influences and motivation was just, I wanted to impress my father, you know what I'm saying, by doing music. And so that was like my earliest musical influence would be my dad. But then also we had artist in Flint, Michigan, an artist by the name of MC Breed. He was the first artist from Flint, Michigan to get a record deal. He had a song called Ain't No Future in Your Frontin'. So y'all go look that up if y'all don't know.
I'm going to write that down right now.
Yeah, we had groups. We had the Dayton Family. We had a group called Ready for the World that had a big hit in the U.S. called Oh Sheila. It was like I was influenced by all of these people, and those were my earliest influence. And Top Authority was another group from Flint that we had. So yeah, those were like the earliest. Those were my only influences. But I would say growing up as a kid, my father, MC Breed, early NWA stuff, DJ Quick, like those were the things that made me want to do hip hop.
Cool.
Yeah, and like setting up I heard you set up a record label or an independent record label when you were like 14, was it, or 16?
Yeah, All Varsity Music.
Yeah, All Varsity Music. Yeah.
I think I was like 12, 13 when I decided to do that, because the thing is, what y'all don't know, and what I'm so grateful to be able to tell my story and tell my city's story to you guys. It's like in Flint there are no record labels. In New York or Los Angeles, you could go down the street and see Def Jam, or you could see Interscope. Like in Michigan, there are no record labels. There are no big buildings that we can strive to get to. So the thing is, I was like, you know what? I'll make my own record label, and I'll do this. I'll start from scratch. And I loved it, because doing it independent, there wasn't anybody telling me what I could and couldn't do. There was nobody telling me what I should and shouldn't sound like. So I was able to kind of create my own rules, and I learned so much by being independent. So everything to this point, I could say I did it my way, and I have no regrets about it.
Yeah, and I have to say, like, I've never heard of Flint. Have you ever heard of Flint?
No, it was
so you've definitely spread the word across the whole world, I guess, about Flint. So
that's
it's crazy.
Love, man. And Flint, Michigan, the whole city of Flint, the whole state of Michigan, we appreciate you guys like having love for our story and our come up, man, and allowing us to be able to tell our story, man.
You've got so much work, John. You seem to have a great work ethic. Like, you've got a lot of albums released, and you've got since 2005. We listen back. You've got so much work. You know when you listen to a new artist or somebody who's just coming onto the scene, onto the mainstream, or signed to a big label, it's like you look for them and it's like they've no work. You seem to have so much work done. Is that the way you work all the time? Always releasing stuff, always recording. Is that what keeps you motivated? Is it?
Yeah, it is, man. Because I don't write my raps down. I write them. You know what I'm saying? I write down lyrics when I have to write down a singing part for like another artist to sing or something like that. But as far as my raps, like, I don't write them down. I just draw off the inspiration of how I felt at that moment. I draw off of like, well, what is this beat saying to me? You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, like, that's how I work. So every time you cut a new beat on, then it's gonna be something else. And so that's just the way that I know to work. I got, like, in Michigan, we had General Motors, that assembly line, like, mentality. You know, we created cars, and that's how we did it. Like, you know what I'm saying? You just keep doing, you just keep working. You don't think about the last thing you did. A person once told me, you know, hustle and forget about it. Basically meaning, you know, work like there's no tomorrow. Work like there's no tomorrow, and work like yesterday didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? So that's the way that I work still to this day, and I don't get caught up in accolades and accomplishments. I just want to give as much of me to the world as possible, man.
So yeah, like, you have a serious, like, from 2005 you released The Calling Part 1, and then 2008 you had The Calling Part 2. But in my opinion, I feel that you really came on top, for me at least, was when you released, I think it was Season 2. Is that the name of the album? Season 2? And you have No Thrills on that. I think it's one of our favorite tracks of yours.
Thank you, man. Shouts to my man Optics, who produced that.
Yeah, Optics,
You know what? That is so funny, man, and that is dope that y'all cite that as the moment of growth, because I do believe that's what it was. I think there was hints of growth, like in Salvation, and I was searching for something, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't quite know what it was yet. By the time I got to Season 2, it was like, okay, this is my sound, this is what I want to say. And it was like a confidence that I hadn't had before. You know, I felt like I was just rapping. I was just rhyming because I could. I felt like Season 2 was a purpose. And it was like, I didn't care what anybody else thought. I just thought to myself, this is what I want to give to the world, and I don't really care like who says what about it. It was that confidence that this is me, here it is, and I'm glad y'all appreciate it, man.
It's like you stopped caring what people thought about you as a rapper. And you did what you liked.
Yes, that's what. And if I could say that's what Season 2 was, it was me not caring about what anybody thought. It was what I liked. That is the best way to describe Season 2.
And then you released some albums. It's like you've took them out of my CD case. It's like you released with Eminem, the Marshall Mathers LP. You did a couple of songs over Eminem beats. Is Eminem a big influence in your rap career?
It's been huge.
Like, being from Michigan, like.
Yeah, being from Michigan, man, like, you know what I mean? And, like, I mean, come on, that's one of the greatest of all time. You know what I'm saying? Like, period. Like, you know, one of the greatest of all times. And yes, I think all artists are inspired by him. All hip hop artists are inspired by Eminem.
Yeah, we went to a recent concert of an Eminem concert about a year or two ago there in Slane, and you should have seen this. He shut the whole county down. There was like 80,000 people in the field, and it was just Eminem came on and rocked it. You should see it. It's an absolutely beautiful occasion, but it was unbelievable. Like, Eminem for us in Europe, I'm not too sure if a lot of people really don't touch on it, and I feel sometimes Eminem doesn't get the certain props he deserves, but he broke down a lot of barriers for us over in Europe. He brought like when Eminem came to Europe, he brought all the artists. Dr. Dre was with him. He exposed more hip hop to the world. That's one thing I think about Eminem that he doesn't get credit for. But I think Eminem knocked down barriers when it comes to rap music. Rap music is so big over here. I don't know if you know, but rap music is pretty big in Ireland.
Yeah, definitely. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy to think. We even got our own scene over here. We have an Irish hip-hop scene, which is crazy. Yeah.
Hey, yo, that is amazing, man. I can't wait to get to Ireland in, man. For real.
Yeah, but what was the motive behind making, like, the Blue album, the People's Rapper LP? Like, why did you decide to, like, remix people like Eminem's, Jay-Z's albums? Why did you decide to do that?
And do
Well,
a
it
good
was
job,
a
by the way.
Yeah, do a great job.
Thank y'all, man. It was a couple different reasons I decided to do it. The first being that, okay, I wanted to keep my name out there, but I didn't want to keep giving away free, all original music. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so it was like, okay, how can I stay out here and keep giving people, me without, having to give away so much original material? So it was like, okay, I'll do mixtapes, but anything that I do, I'm always trying to I'm trying to reinvent the wheel all the time.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I had never heard of anybody just taking one artist and going through their catalog and doing it like that. And I'm like, yo, that'd be kind of cool. And it's like, I have so much respect for the artists whose music that I take. That's where the whole best in the world thing. I do feel like Jay-Z is the best in the world. I do feel like Eminem is the best in the world. So for me, it's like, I want to one day be mentioned on that same pedestal. I want to be mentioned, on that same level as the people whose music I redid. It was kind of my way of saying like, yo, I got what it takes to be on that level one day. So that's what made me do it, man. It was out of respect. And, it really hurt me sometime that when I was doing it, it was like you would see people say, oh, Jon Connor is trying to ride the coattail of. No, it's not that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The thing is, at the end of the day, it was like, no, it was my way of showing respect for those people that influenced and inspired me. And it was also my way of giving the fans, the people, more lyricism, and me just trying to give more of myself to the people, at the same time giving respect to those people that influenced me. So that was where the whole best in the world thing was coming from.
Yeah, and we love. We're listening to actually Soldier on the way out on the car tonight. We're like, that's sick. He did a great job. It's one of my favorite Eminem songs, and it's a big push with big ass. I was like, he did a great job on that tune. I really love that version of Soldier.
And since we're picking songs, I guess Renegade from the Blue album as well with Mickey Wallace. Which is a great track.
Yo.
I love Mickey Wallace.
Oh man, Mick got that growl in his voice, man. That just grabbed your attention,
growl,
man.
Yeah.
Like, yo, and then just for the record, up until, oh man, see, I can't even say that, but the Blue album was where I felt like lyrically, it started getting serious. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
for me, Blue album, I listen to the Blue album sometimes and be like, wow, I can't believe I said that. Like, that's crazy. So, you know what I'm saying? So it's pretty cool, and thank y'all so much, man.
Yeah, we know you actually you're close to Nas.
Yeah, he actually, I knew Nas, when there was no light at the end of my tunnel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I met Nas when, there were no record deals on the table. I met Nas before season 1, so that was probably like 2009 or something like that.
Wow.
And, I respect all of the, elders in the game, the Dre's, the M's, the Jay-Z's, the Nas's. That's like, I grew up listening to them. I remember I used to go to sleep listening to Nas's It Was Written and Illmatic and I Am over and over. When I really started to try to understand what it meant to be a good lyricist, Nas was one of the people that I just listened to day and night. And he told me, you know what I'm saying, like, enjoy every experience that you go through in this business, because every step that you take is going to prepare you for the next step. Like, enjoy the times that you fall, because it teaches you how to get up. You know what I'm saying? It's like Nas is, I consider, like a big brother in the game. And every time we see each other, it's love. And, that is, one of the dudes that believed in me super early. That's my guy, man.
Yeah, Nas gets a lot of respect.
Yeah, because I feel like some people, they want to get from, as quoting from Nas, he said people want to get from 0 to 100 as quick as possible. And I think that's the terrible way of going about it. I think you should try to go from 0, 1, all the way up to 100 instead of going 0 to 100.
Because the problem with that is, if you do go from 0 to 100, you didn't experience, steps 1 through 99. It's like, if you have an issue or some type of problem that you should have learned from on level 55, you panic. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're going to go crazy because you never went through anything. And when you have these level 100 type problems coming at you, you haven't been equipped to deal with, these type of issues. So I'm grateful for every up and down, every peak and valley I ever had in this business, man, because it got me here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And tell us, what was it like? What was the feeling like when you got signed to Aftermath? That must have been crazy, was it?
Yo, craziest feeling. Like, speechless. It wasn't no words that I really could that I could use to describe it, man. I had been through so many meetings with record labels, and you run into people that just don't get it. They don't get you. They don't get your music. They don't get what you're trying to get across. They don't understand it. And then for me to be sitting in front of the greatest producer of all time and him to tell me, I get you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He said, I get you. I get it. The people's rapper. I get it. And like honestly, that was just one of those fork in the road moments, and one of those days that I wouldn't trade for anything in the world, man.
Yeah, I'd say it must be a crazy experience. We've got a lot of love for Dr. Dre over this side of the pond as well. Dr. Dre is just unbelievable. What was the premiere like, actually, of the Straight Outta Compton that you went to recently? Was that crazy?
Crazy, super crazy, man. Like, man, I took a picture with Wesley Snipes. Like, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
You took a picture with Blade.
Yeah, I took a picture with Blade, man. This is crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, this is crazy. And then, just of course that was amazing. Like, just running into so many people that I grew up watching from afar, being in Flint, because I can't stress enough, in Flint, Michigan is such a vibe of just hopelessness in Flint. You don't feel like that could ever be attained. You look at TV and you feel like it's a fairy tale world that you could never get to.
Yeah.
So the thing is, for me, like, being from such a place, and now I'm on the red carpet and I'm making music with my idols and all of that. I mean, somebody need to pinch me, you know what I'm saying? Because it feel like a dream, like, honestly, man. So the red carpet was super cool. The movie is amazing. F. Gary Gray, Ice Cube, Dr. Dre, the whole cast, like, did such an amazing job of telling the story of NWA. And I think that it goes far beyond just being a movie about rap music. It's a movie about friends. It's a movie about police brutality. It's a movie about discrimination. It's a movie about being an underdog and overcoming, the odds and other obstacles. It's about chasing your dreams. It's so many things all in one movie, and I just can't wait for people to see it.
Yeah, we're so hyped to see it, but unfortunately we don't get to see it till the 28th over here, so we've another couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Another 2 weeks, but we're definitely going. We're trying to get tickets to the premiere right now, but we're hyped to go and see it. We're jealous that you're getting to see it before us, but we'll get to see it eventually.
It's all good. It'll be worth the wait, trust me. Yeah.
Tell us what's up next, John. What's coming? What's coming? What can we expect from you?
Well, we wrapping up my official Aftermath debut album. It's gonna be super crazy. I can't wait for everybody to hear it. And like I say, just to be able to tell my story and hopefully just inspire people to the next level. And I look forward to just after that, man, just traveling the world and getting to reach out and touch the people and just spreading love, because we live in such a crazy time right now. I think love and positivity is what's needed, man. So that's all I'm here to do, is entertain the people and spread love and positivity. So what's coming up next is my joint, but right now it's about Dre and us, and us celebrating a 30-year career of one of the greatest to ever do it. You know what I'm saying? My big brother, Dr. Dre, man. So Compton, a soundtrack by Dr. Dre, like that's all it's about for me right now, and just making sure as many people go get that record as possible.
Yeah, let's talk about the album. Apart from your songs on it, what are you feeling? What do you love? Like, there's loads of good joints on it. Some serious Genocide. We got the Medicine Man. We got
Deep Water.
If you can't jump in, if you don't swim, it's just unbelievable.
I can't curse on here, can I?
Oh, you can.
You can,
You
yeah.
can, you can. Yeah, you can. Yeah, we'll edit it. We're just.
Like, don't get it fucked up. That's my joint. That's my joint. But no, I would say, for everybody that worked on the record, man, it's like this album is our baby. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's so hard to say a favorite or just one song that's a favorite. The whole album is my favorite. It's like, I was telling somebody earlier, it depends on what day you ask me what song is my favorite song. Yeah. And so today when I was working out in the gym, I would have to say my favorite joints today were Animals and Talk About It were my two favorites today. But then you might catch me tomorrow and it might be Deep Water and Loose Cannons. You know what I'm saying? So You know what I mean, man? Like it's I love the whole album. I think Dr. Dre proved once again why he is Dr. Dre and why he is the most innovative producer to ever do hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like I just think he's the Quincy Jones of hip hop, man.
Yeah.
And one more time,
Yeah.
he showed and proved why, man.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, I was quite nervous before the album came out. Like I didn't know how to feel about it. Like was it gonna be great? Was it gonna live up to 2001? And I think it just kind of blew everyone away.
blew me away. Like I listened to it on the car on the way to work. I got up early. I was listening to it, and I had the sound system on the car. I had the whole track. I think I got into work, and I got to I had to skip on to Medicine Man, but I got the 10th track on the album, and I was like, oh, I have to go to work. I can't believe I can't listen. I was on my lunch break listening to it. So yeah, it was I thought it was just. I think it's just some hype, and even on Twitter and Facebook, a lot of my friends were just like all posting up all different songs. It was just, it's California, but it's so close to us. Like a lot of people, just the whole Dr. Dre 2001, they love that album. So he has such a following over here in Ireland. When everybody's saying there's a Dre album coming out, it was like, holy, we have to check this out.
Like it almost felt good to be alive when it came out.
Yes, I think Dr. Dre just gave that adrenaline shot to hip hop. You know what I'm saying? He made everybody like take a look at what they was doing, and he showed people that you can make an album that's timeless. You can make an album, you know, that has intricate storylines within one song. Like I think of like when I mentioned Loose Cannons earlier, the joint with Code 187 and Exhibit. Like I think like that is so amazing how it starts off one way and then it goes into Exhibit, and then there's a chick ends up dying at the end, and then it's like every song is a movie. And I think that Dr. Dre did what he does, and that's he makes everybody up the production value of what they're doing. So I just think he took hip hop to another level one more time, man.
Yeah, is it crazy out in the States right now? It must be getting some respect out in the States right now. Is it the album?
Yeah, no, it definitely is. Like it definitely is. Like I said, the energy around this album right now is unlike anything I've ever experienced, and I'm just happy and blessed to be a part of it.
Yeah, we're delighted that you're on the project. What's Dr. Dre like in the studio? What's he like to work with? Is he a genius?
And even genius might be an understatement. Like that dude he's a special dude. You know what I'm saying? That dude is beyond genius. You know what I'm saying? The energy that he brings, he makes sure he's all about vibes. You know what I'm saying? He wants everybody to feel good and be happy. And he feels like if the work environment is happy and energetic, then the listener will be able to hear that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all will be able to hear that energy that we all had while we were creating it. So I would just say, like, you know, that's the way Dre is, man. Just making sure everything is energetic and all love, man.
Yeah, and John, you're part of history now, so you can't. Yeah. That's just unbelievable. You're part of rap history. Dr. Dre's album.
I think
how sick can you get, Flint,
definitely,
Michigan?
He has one of the sickest beats on the album. One shot, one kill. It's one of the sickest. It's crazy. It's crazy.
And thank you so much, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, man.
We have to get you coming out to Ireland when you release your own stuff and you release your own album, and hopefully there's a tour. Are you gonna come over to us? You have to come over here.
Man, you already know, man. I might end up moving over there, man. Come on, man. I might get a house over there. You know what I'm saying?
You should.
We go for a few drinks. I don't know if you drink, but we can go for a few drinks. We can do whatever you want to do.
You know what? That's a perfect segue because I don't drink, but my mother does. And she was sitting right over there, and she wanted me to let y'all know that she loves Ireland. So, you know what I'm saying? So just know that my mother loves Ireland, man. And like, honestly, we might end up buying a house over there. So.
Well, don't come over here for the weather. Anyway, don't come over here for the weather.
and you brought your mother to the Straight Outta Compton premiere as well, which I thought was amazing. I love that.
The only woman deserving to go with me, my mother, man.
That's pretty sick. Pretty sick. You must be in the good books. You have to be in the good books.
Indeed.
Yeah, that's great. You absolute pleasure, Jon Connor. We can't believe it. We got an interview with you. We're just so hyped about the interview, and it's lived up to the hype, like the Dr. Dre album. We can't wait to hear more stuff. We promise that we'll be bumping your music to the whole Irish scene for the next many years to come, and we hope that we can do another interview again in the next couple of months as well. Absolutely pleasure talking to you.
Oh man, thank you guys so much, man. It was a pleasure, an honor, humbled to be able to talk to Ireland right now, man. And thank y'all so much. So from Flint, Michigan and Compton to the world, man, thank you guys so much. And make sure y'all go get Compton, a soundtrack by Dr. Dre right now. It's the grand finale, and y'all won't be disappointed. But thank you guys so much, man. I really appreciate it.
I'd like to welcome y'all to
hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, hip hop.